Hey, welcome, Emma. Let's get it. Start like flexing my chest more and doing push-ups and just get back with the I feel like I need to get beefier, bro. I don't know, I'm getting that vibe. I feel like I'm expanding, guys. I feel like I'm growing. Whoa, they break. Money begin fast. Definitely. Ooh, I feel like working on my posture. Hey, dream walker, walking. Anybody else moving just like back and forth? I'm moving right back for like hey. If no one has told you, I will. You're beautiful. Soul Star Majesty. It is an honor. I don't know. I'm still feeling it out. I don't know if I should just... Because we can get into the Phoenix coding and the descent that we have just gone through. The death, the refining, the reassembly, then the rise. The underworld corridor of the planetary furnace of transformation. Emma says she's been dancing a lot. Yo, for real. I've been dancing a lot more. That's interesting. I'm not even a dancer like that. Yo, chill. I'm just saying, like, yo, I'm really out here moving. Like, listen to me. I'm about to go in. I listen. Before Sagittarius could even open a fraction of its sky, Scorpio had to burn the fucking world down to its original frequency. Okay? That's what you had to do. We about to get on our horses. You hear me? Get up on that whip, that Merkaba. Hop in the whip. Hydro. Solar drip. Okay, chill. Listen. This was not symbolic. This is not a metaphor. This was a planetary surgery performed through the emotional fields, the psychic attentions, and the nervous system's overlord and shadow exposure, and identities have collapsed. Every human, from the most conscious to the most unconscious, have walked through the same furnace. Some resisted, some surrendered, some broke open, blossomed. I didn't know that was a thing till the last couple of months. It's dope. But no one can escape the descent. The Scorpio corridor, because, you know, this is, I wanted to make a 5-piece series on the transition from Scorpio to Sag. You know? People don't realize Scorpio became the phoenix. Basically, betrayal and death became a rebirth. You carry the remedy. Y'all really do. All right, so the Scorpion corridor, a planetary drop in the forge. Scorpio season was not a mood. It was not a vibe. It was a quantum corridor, a gravitational funnel that was pulling the collective into its own unprocessed density, okay? It revealed a lot. Raw, potent, and just real. People had craving. And it showed. Either, showed your desires. It felt like pressure behind the ribs, emotional triggers, resurrection from nowhere. Old traumas appearing, relationships dissolving, identities collapsing, the psychic unraveling old programs. Grief without context, fear without language, clarity without comfort, power without direction. This was the underworld phase, the descent layer, the Hades, the arc, the point where every soul is stripped of its own false scaffolding. Now, a lot of us are overlords through this season, so bear with me a whole space. Y'all big steppers, you carry the remedy. But this is what the collective is moving through as far as in space, okay? The second wave is coming, and you are stationed. You are secure. Whip it. This is where we whip it out. Wave it around. Bring it out. I'm on the cloud 99999. It's a whole new me, new vibe. Shh. You weren't losing yourself. You were literally losing what wasn't you. You are more you than you have ever been. You've been through great devotion and love with yourself. Yeah, it took a lot of devotion to be here. Times to sit with yourself so you could be that for others, no doubt. Every coping mechanism has been cracked. Every identity mask has slipped. You've seen at the nucleus, it's very raw. And people are starting to see you. Every outdated belief system is combusting under its own dissonance, under the weight of its own irrelevance. The fire wasn't here to punish you. It was here to purify you. Scorpion, tonight, we're going to be talking as technology, not an archetype. Forgetting astrology for a moment. Now, as Scorpio, as an alchemical engine, its purpose is singular. It's compression for transformation. You have been compressed and brought to your very nucleus. And because of that, you built off that cornerstone, and now you are never, ever, you are solid as you're pure. You're at 0 point. You're solid. You align to the original point of all conception. Scorpio is an alchemical engine. It compresses misaligned frequencies so tightly that they can no longer exist. This is why it hurts. This is why I know personally I disturb. I love this time of year. We haven't even seen the tip. We riding out in the Saggy. Y'all ain't ready for Capricorn. Not yet. It's like a football game. Right now, the superheroes are getting together. I'm telling you, that chariot we're going to be riding on, that's your Superman outfit. You got your Superman outfit ready? You got your Omega field ready? Because, listen, can you articulate? Because we about to be put in a position. Because you already carry unlimited probability. That's not a knowing. That's not just a knowing. That's a universal thing. So if you got a problem with that, you still need to come in line with the universe. Okay? That's a you problem. What the fuck? I gotta get back on the script. Because now, I get back on the... Everything has brought you to your nucleus. When things are built on that, it lasts the test of time itself. Because it's real. This is why it hurts. Not because you are weak, but because you are being reforged. Shadow becomes data. Pain becomes instructions. That's the whole process, by the way. Fear becomes access. Grief becomes bandwidth. Loss becomes clearing. And silence becomes recalibration. Scorpio does not destroy, it refines. It doesn't kill you. It kills the static between you and who you really are. This is the breakdown as if it was a software update. I'm here to tell you, quantum tech neatos, technicians, you did not fall apart. You were being disassembled for reconstruction. To a quantum technician, what happened is obvious. Your system had to go through an emotional purge, a subconscious clearing. Your freaking nervous system needed some rewiring. That's for sure. Mine too. Belief patterns and look at that confirmation from another train, bro. Defragmenting, identity disillusionment, timeline collapses, ancestral template releasing, cellular detoxing, DNA light absorption, trauma architectural softening, ego recoding, and fucking whole ass soul retrieval. Okay? That's the North Node Express. You better jump on the higher mind, Saggy. We're taking off. How you fucking think the Scorpio fucking became the Phoenix? You went through that whole process, and now you're built on a cosmic, non-local, solid-ass foundation. Graduated. So, I mean, I'm gonna leave it open. I shouldn't even said that. You weren't breaking. You were just being recompiled. Now this is your reintroduction. That's why I keep going in on this. Reintroduce yourself. Let a motherfucker know. What that mean for you, let them know. Your operating system went offline, so your consciousness could reboot in a higher version of itself. The true Phoenix mechanism and what actually happened, okay? People think the Phoenix dies. People think the Phoenix dies. What actually happens is compression of identity, ignition of eternal plasma, burning of outdated frequency patterns, release of psychic debris, reconstruction of energetic architecture, elevation into coherence, expansion into a higher harmonic field. The ashes are data residue. The remnants of frequency that can no longer attach to your field. Scorpion's fire didn't destroy you. It exposed how much power you were carrying, but not even using. You were not being punished, you were being prepared. Prepared for clarity, prepared for trajectory, and yes, prepared for the sky. The emotional breakdown was a dimensional breakthrough. Ain't that the truth? Every fucking meltdown was actually a bandwidth extension, a frequency purge, a cellular detox, a coherent upgrade, an identity finalization, a quantum anchor. You weren't losing control. You were losing the distortion. This is a big deal, guys. You weren't losing your stability. You were losing your limitation. You were not losing people. You were losing bullshit timelines. You weren't losing reality. You were losing the illusion. You weren't losing your mind. You were losing the noise. This is why the collective felt like it was in labor. Because it was. Some of you are literally midwifing, universal life houses. You carry the fucking Codex of Eden. Whip it the fuck out. Whip it out. Scream. How said screaming, come on. We need it. The world was contracting, the psyche was dilating, and the emotional body was pushing. The nervous system was crowning, The heart was ripping open to let more light in. The identity was dissolving into what is pure revelation. Guys, make sure you're staying hydrated. He says, if you touch a portal that's connected to you, can access it all. Ashe, you are the portal. Ashe, you are. This was species level birth. And like all births, it was messy, painful, disorienting, and of course, unstoppable. But there is a universal truth. Once the contractions begin, the birth cannot be reversed. This is when Scorpio begins the contractions. Sagittarius completes this emergence. Do you hear me? Some of you have mastered this thing, so you're like, yeah, whatever, I'm over it. And I'm saying, hey, that's a good job, buddy. Okay, so just hold space then. But I wanted to explain Scorpio in the transformation that happens to us becoming in the space of Sagittarius, the alchemical. Okay? Some of you mastered this thing of death, rebirth. Now you're being revealed for your power. Meet up. But Scorpio begins the contractions, and you know when a contraction starts, it cannot be reversed. Sagittarius is going to complete this emergence. Sagittarius are elite people. They're higher minds. They're fucking awesome. Trailblazers, explorers, trendsetters. I'm being real with you. But that's like 12 disciples, 12 on the clock, 12 cranial nerves, 12 spaces. That's part of all of us. But the archetype it holds is the explorer. What else? What do you guys know? What else? Higher mind. Listen. Once Scorpio begins the contractions, Sagittarius completes the emergence. So why you feel different now is because you are fucking different. You had an internal audit. And guess the fuck what? Saturn's been in, I think it's Aries or something like that. I can't remember. But for months now, it's been direct. I can't remember. But listen, your internal architecture is clearer, cleaner, sharper, stronger, more coherent, more embodied. I know I'm hitting. It is more aligned, more aware, more capable, more awake, more connected. You don't just think different, you are different. Your spiritual hardware has upgraded and leveled up and has changed, and your emotional software has completely updated. Your identity template is elevated. You're that motherfucker. You're big stepping through this underworld. Your consciousness bandwidth has expanded. You've leveled up. Your field is upgraded. Your voltage has increased. Your clarity is now being stabilized. Claim it. Grab it. These are portals. Your consciousness bandwidth has expanded. Your field upgraded. You're not the older version of yourself. You are the next. So for this part one of this series, this is the final expanded sealing statements that I'm going to decree for my quantum technicians. The plasma ignition completed. Shadow archives have been decoded. Identity recompiled. Field coherence has been stabilized. The system's online for the solar trajectory. Oh yeah, baby. Hop in the whip. Jump on the horsies. The Saggy. Fucking trend-setting and trailblazing the whole fucking way through the underworld. We're fucking it up, bro. Listen. We are not here to just survive the fire. We have became the fire. Do what it do. Let it res where it res. See if I care. Okay? Some of you are those motherfuckers. Remember that. Everything is coming to its nucleus. Before I go, I want to let you know that Scorpio has burned the world down to its original frequency. So Sag, we're going to be riding out. Hop in the whip. Yeah. We taking off. Big step on. Guy goddess says Scorpio, baby. Ooh. The underworld corridor as a planetary furnace of what? Transformation. Transformation. Transition. Be aware. That's it. That's all I gotta say. Make it your bitch. You know, the usual. Stand in your shit. You know? Fucking roar. What would happen if the lion didn't roar? The hyenas will go loco. The hyena didn't roar. You just want to chill, but you carry the fucking codes of liberation, healing, love, the sting of death. You got the whole remedy. The lions ain't gonna roar. Chaos in the land. The birds ain't gonna sing. Flowers are not gonna blossom. You know, we got divine order. You better roar. You better roar. You better sing. I say this is the Phoenix coding, the descent, the death, and the refining, and the reassembly, and the rise. Much love, guys. I will be starting part 2 right after this. I say, much love.